coming back to you live from our rooms. I am Zach.
And I'm Sean. Let me put this away.
That was the perfect screech to transition from.
Dude. That was just like, that was my born from my soul. Like it.
I haven't heard such a screech in years. Let me tell you, so many years.
Tell me about the last time you heard a screech such as that one, Zach.
Well-
Come on, lay it out for
Well,
me.
the last time I heard such a screech, it came from my very own vocal cords.
Oh,
I was sitting in the back seat while I believe, was it Anna? Was it Clay? Somebody was driving. All the friends were in the car. It was late at night. We were on our way home from something, and I let out a blood-curdling screech with literally no warning.
Oh my god.
And to this day, it has been my best screech ever. I will never top that screech. I fully committed to that, and man, it was glorious.
Did everyone like freak out and lose their minds?
Oh yeah, it was great, and it's an experience they will never forget.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks,
You
man.
created a wonderful traumatic memory for your friends.
Hey, and that is what life is really about. Creating memories with the people you care about. Whether they're traumatic or not. Am I right?
No one said they had to be good memories. We just said create memories. That's right. Good
I
job,
took that
Zach.
to heart, so I'm doing great. Really, that's why I'm here with you right now, is to create yet another memory.
And hey, I don't want to be, too, I don't want to be too open on the show. I don't want everyone to feel weird about this, but I will say that this show, for me personally, working with you on it definitely is a traumatic memory that just won't seem to end.
Oh man, I am so glad you feel the same way as I do. If I have to have these traumatic memories, so do you.
We're all in this together. It's a
all I know.
song from a thing. I don't know the lyrics.
Isn't
We're
that High
all
School
in
Musical?
this.
Dude, I haven't thought of a High School Musical in a hot minute.
You don't think about High School Musical every day?
No, not really.
Dude, how could you
How do I even function in this world without thinking about High School Musical on a daily basis?
I mean, come on, man. It's literally it's a musical
I am a sucker for musicals.
about a high school.
Not so big onto the high school aspect, gonna be honest.
Look at this. Okay, I guess it's a link, but there. Look at this. Okay. Just trying to download it.
Wait, wait, okay, it's actually opening up. No, I'm not downloading this. Whatever, I just downloaded it. Fetch, it was too quick of a download. I couldn't stop it. All right,
That's okay. Check it out. It's
Downloads.
worth your time.
just open it
This
in
is what-
Chrome, please. Please, just open it. Hey, okay, it made me download the link. So I downloaded the link. I clicked the download. It's like, how do you want to open this download? Well, how do you think I want to open the download, computer? Man, that's pretty big news. Zac Efron returned to the High School Musical school. Bum, bum, bum.
Oh. Man, look at his face. Look at that. How could you live without that?
Well, I just closed it, so I think I'm doing a great job so far.
His hair is like wings.
Are the wings of an angel, Sean?
They're the
Is Zac Efron one of your idols?
All I'm saying is
Do you have a shrine?
it's true to his nature because we're soaring, flying. There's not a
Something,
star
something.
in heaven we can't. That's the first song they sing together, I think. I can't remember that well.
Wow. For being one of the biggest High School Musical fans that I personally know, I feel like you should know this, Sean.
Dude, if I'm one of the biggest High School Musical fans you personally know, you probably don't know very big of fans of High School Musical. I only ever saw the first one.
There is more than one. Wait,
Of course.
I only
Dude.
know this because my sister, I think Paige used to watch them. So,
High School Musical happened when we were in like third or fourth grade, I feel like. Maybe it was before that. That's when it came into my conscious, at least.
is it that old?
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Hold on, I'm looking
And
this up. I'm looking this up.
that was perhaps, in my mind, one of the first instances of me seeing that everybody liked something and choosing to hate it based on the fact that everybody else liked it.
Yeah, that was definitely a thing.
And
there
that
was equal love and equal hate for High School Musical.
I had no other reason to hate it other than the fact that so many people liked it.
So you're just a hater.
I was, because I remember watching it as a kid. Like my parents bought it, I think. They're like, "Let's see what this is about," and we watched it. And I remember literally thinking to myself, "Oh, this is fine."
This is fun. But other
Like this-
people liked it, so
But because everybody else liked it, I was like, "But I must
it's
continue to hate
trash.
it."
It's garbage. It's the worst film I've ever seen.
It's the principle of the thing. I got to stay true to myself.
That's hey, it is what it is. And in 2006 is when High School Musical was released. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, man. We were like 9. Is that math? 11?
Hey, Sean, I'm not studying mathology here, okay? I didn't come here to do math. I just finished tutoring. I turned my brain off for the night. Thank you.
We were children. Let's just say that.
We were younglings, still studying the Force and the
I was
lightsaber.
definitely in the phase, though. I was definitely in the douchey Sean phase. Like, I was solidly in that phase at my life by that point.
Man, I miss that, Sean. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, the current one is way, way lamer.
I'm just saying, when I made friends, it was with douche Sean, not this Sean I currently have. I've been waiting for the comeback ever since.
Man, remember old Sean?
Man, those were the days. What a guy.
Ironically enough, old Sean is actually young Sean, if you really think about it.
I'm thinking about it.
Hmm?
And you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, is that someone at the door? Let's go answer it. That was the sound of the door creaking open. Oh my gosh, it's little baby Sean. Shut up! I'm not little. Okay. How's it going? Oh, you know, just was out at the skate park, did a sick 360 no scope. You don't even know what those terms mean, do you? I do. Of course I do. Shut up. Who are you talking to into the black microphone thing?
Sean,
I'm
Sean, it's
talking to
me.
Zach.
Zach, do you remember me? It's Zach, Sean.
Zach?
Bitch.
Zach Erickson?
Yeah, that's me. I'm right here.
Oh,
I've been waiting for your
you
return.
ditched me.
You
ditched me
back.
for the football players.
I came back.
And then you pushed me to a bathroom stall with poop in it.
And?
And then we fought at Clare Creek.
And?
So what I'm saying is you're a bad person and I never did anything wrong in my whole life.
Ain't that the truth, man? I'm so glad we can
So
have
this
this
is what-
talk.
This is what you two do now? You guys just like come here and like talk to each other for like an extended amount of time
Yeah,
and record it as if anyone else is going to listen aside from you two?
yeah.
Wow. This is what I have to look forward to, huh?
How far the
Oh.
body has fallen.
Sean, you really have no idea how bad it is. You actually don't. Like leaving alone this, oh man, you have no. There's a lot of good things too. Like you're married. I'm married to who? Allison, the the girl that always tortures Zach. Yeah, that's the one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one. Did I marry her to torture Zach? You know, kind of.
No, yep. Not far off there. Man,
Wow.
we need
Well, that's
a bit
pretty cool.
Sorry, I didn't realize young old Sean was still here.
Yeah. Well, where would I go? This is my house, I guess. No, this is an apartment. You live in the basement. You're underneath where Cole lives. Really? You live below your brother? Yeah. Sean, have you done anything with your life? I play guitar. I play guitar. Okay. Gosh. Jeez. Listen, Sean, I think Zach, do you have any other questions for Sean here?
No.
I'm pretty sure it's past his bedtime. You can go to bed, Sean. You'll never take me alive. You'll never do it. That's the sound of the door again, and he's gone. Wow.
That's the sound of the door.
That was a lot.
That bad. Gonna be honest. Young old Sean's not how I remember him.
Yeah. Isn't that how memories always work, though? You
That's-
kind of create things. You remember the really good times and the really bad times,
You know,
and
I'm-
forget that one of your best friends growing up was actually just the worst.
I am just so glad he remembered all the things I did to him.
Oh, he never forgets.
Like abandoning him, the bathroom, Clear
That-
Creek.
Sean over there, he holds a grudge. Like,
As
yeah.
he should. I mean, clearly I was a terrible child.
Yeah, for some reason I forgave you. Who knows why?
Yeah, I
I
don't know
mean,
how we
I'm
got
still
here. That's wild.
I'm still talking about you in therapy to this day.
I imagine. I mean, I knew me leaving you for the football kids would have a profound impact on your life. But I just really needed you to realize how much you needed me.
Man, can we talk about the fact that for 1 year in elementary school,
Third
you were
grade.
like, I want to play football with football kids.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, where did this come from? This is impossible. And you left me. And I was left with freaking the Knicks. Remember the Knicks?
I know, both Knicks were in my ward. I know the Knicks.
I was with the Knicks. That's who I was left with. For some reason, I didn't play with Corby at recess, which doesn't make any sense. He was there.
Well, we were in different classes in third grade.
Yes.
So that didn't help.
Yeah.
But yes,
I like to think that our friendship could span classrooms, but apparently you didn't believe so.
No. I had moved on to bigger and brighter futures, and then I quickly realized that bigger and brighter future was actually none of those things, and I came crawling back.
You came crawling back and then continued to make friends for me so that I didn't have to. Thank you so much for that, by the way.
Yeah, hey, I mean, I couldn't. Once you realize how much you needed me, I was like, I can finally return. It's been a year.
You were testing me.
The whole time.
This whole time I thought you were just abandoning me and I was just left to the side. No, it was a test.
It was
to
a test
see
of
my
your faith in our friendship.
I thought you came crawling back to me, but secretly I came crawling back to you.
Okay. Here's the wild part. I could specifically remember the moment I was like, this is not my crowd. Because
Really?
I enjoyed playing football. It was fun. Like we also would go swing on the swings a whole bunch. That was also fun. I loved the swings. But I remember going to one of the kids' birthday parties. I won't say the name just for it doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
I went to one of their birthday parties, and the whole thing was just football related. And there was there was like kids I didn't even know there, and they were all huge football fans, and like the entire night, football was like the talk basically, and I was like I haven't watched any football. I didn't say this, of course, because I needed to be in the crowd. I was like, oh, yeah, bro. Yeah. Like that. Yeah, I saw that, too. It was wild. No, I have no idea.
You shoot, you score. You know what I mean, baby? All in one.
Oh, come on. Give me a little more credit. I played football that year. I knew what a touchdown was.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
No, but I remember thinking at that birthday party, I was like, this is just not it, man. I was like,
wow.
This is not what I enjoy talking about or like nerdy over. Well, I don't know, like I enjoyed playing football at recess and like talking with the guys during class or whatever, but like that was it. And yeah, that was the moment. And then I came crawling back.
Wow. That's when you realize that sports are just games and they're not worth your attention. You know what is worth your attention? Video games, which are real life.
The best part was me looking at my open Steam page with all of my games I've recently played. I'm like, fetch.
That's right. You want to talk about something real? Let's talk about video games.
No, I do love video games. Unfortunately, Sean, that is not the topic I came prepared with for today. Because I came prepared.
What's the point of this podcast? What's even the point? If we're not just going to talk about real life, which is video games, then what's the point?
Look, it is your day next time, whenever we record this week, and you can talk about video games all you want. But this time, it's me, my thoughts. I'm important. Capiche?
Okay. Yes, dear.
Got it. Thank you. I'm going to drag you through the mud if I have to, because dang it, do I want to talk about this.
Oh, thank you, man. I needed that.
Great. Well, speaking of past experiences, that's actually where I want to go to today. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. Transition. Did you guys see that? That was wild.
It's the transition. It's a transition. Transition.
Dude, you couldn't see, but I was rocking out to that beat.
My legs were both in the air.
Oh, wow. All right, you got me beat. Fair enough. I was headbanging. I had the rock sign out. I was waving it back and forth like crazy. But yeah, both legs in the air, man. Can't compete with that. So, Sean, today, this is a topic I feel like we might have touched on in the past. It's been so long, so if it's a repeat, it's a repeat, but it's going to be different at the same time because I have new ideas and a little bit of a questionnaire for you later on.
Oh, okay.
So, we can start with the questionnaire, but I want to talk about the paranormal, the strange, the weird. So, quick questionnaire, just to see where we stand, see what I'm working with here. I'm just going to go through just a whole bunch of things for you, and I want you to be like, yeah, I believe in it, or no, it's fake news. Easy enough?
Yeah. Should I play some lulling, calming music for this questionnaire?
Oh, yeah.
I'm all ready for you, baby.
All right. Question number 1. Do you believe in Bigfoot? Is Bigfoot real?
Bigfoot?
Yep.
No.
Why? What about the photographic evidence?
I don't believe Bigfoot is real. I believe flat Bigfoot is real. Thank you. No further questions.
All right. Put it in the books. Flat Bigfoot exists. Bigfoot does not. Got it. All right. Same line of thought. The abominable snowman.
The abominable snowman. Honestly, haven't thought much about that boy. I think I'll come down on a no on that one as well.
All right. Fair enough. We'll take it. We'll take it. The Loch Ness monster.
Now, the thing with that one is I have insufficient evidence. Like Bigfoot, I have like half a chance of finding because we're in the mountains here. Abominable snowman, like it gets snowy sometimes, probably not. It's less likely, but no. I am nowhere near Loch Ness. I don't think I have the potential to ever see it. So I'm going to say it is real just because I have no other way of knowing for sure.
All right. I like it. A bold statement. I approve. Next question. Do you believe in mermaids? Could they exist in our oceans?
Nah.
All right.
Because I've been tainted by a horror game. It's okay, never mind. Just continue on.
Oh, we're not talking about games here. Moving right along.
Yeah.
All right. This one might be a little bit more interesting, specifically where I'm going to be taking this conversation. What about aliens?
I think it's improbable to assume that they do not exist. Is that enough negatives in there for you?
Well, I'm actually right there with you. The universe is so expansive. There has to be life somewhere. And who's to say our universe as we know it isn't just one universe in like a multitude of universes, just like our galaxy is multiple galaxies. So
all lined up with circles on the end of them, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Okay. Last question of the questionnaire. Do you believe in ghosts in any form? Spirits?
Yes.
Ghosts? Okay. Why?
Cause I want to.
Okay, fair enough. So this leads me to where I really wanted to get today. I'll leave you this question and I'll share a few experiences myself. Have you had, personally, or like a family member, cousin, anything, have you heard or experienced some sort of paranormal activity? Now, you're welcome to keep playing guitar if you want, but we're just going straight into discussion now. Up to you, man. If you're vibing, I'm vibing. But
there we go.
So I have a couple stories. I feel like I might have shared some of these prior on Spicy Nuggs, but I don't know if we ever went really into any detail with them. So, Story number 1, and I can still picture this in my mind like it was freaking last night, okay? Like it was wild. So I remember laying in bed one night. I was just going to sleep. I had put the phone down. I was super relaxed. I was like on the edge of like sleep, right? Like you're still conscious, but like any moment you're gone. And then in my ear, I heard a woman's voice whisper, "I know the story about what was on your leg." I have no idea what this means. I have no idea at all. But it was a feminine voice, and it was whispering, and that's what it said. I was instantly awake. I could not sleep that night because it was like I could not have imagined this. Like that's how like crazy it felt at the time. That's like one of the more memorable and like especially like auditory memories I have of like maybe paranormal, probably not, but who knows?
Sure. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
I was late teenage years. I was like 17 or 18, I would say.
Okay. Okay, that's fine then. I um my thought went to like what could possibly be on your leg? Like what could that refer to? And my thought went to a a certain fire ant. Uh, and the fact that it was a feminine voice like really drove that home. But that's okay. That's okay. It's fine.
Okay. Well, here's the interesting part about it. So, I used to have extra bone growth by my knee, which has since
Ah,
been removed.
right.
Um, Here's the thing though. I cannot remember if this happened before or after I had that surgery.
Huh. Interesting.
I'm pretty sure I still have a note on my old phone that has the timestamp of when that happened because I wrote down the words that was spoken because I was like, I have to write this down because like I'll just think this was crazy nonsense if I don't later. But at the same time, I was like, so like, I know exactly what was said, but I need to double check when it happened because that would be really interesting if it happened before or after. Um, and then the only other like experience that comes to mind straight off the bat, I'm sure I've had more like weird, just weird experiences. Is I remember at when I was living at my parents, I was still super young because I lived on the top floor, um, in one of the rooms down the bridge we had. Um, I can remember how the room was and everything, but I remember just being in that room. I was young, but I just remember having this feeling that something was like off, like there was like a presence, and I
Mm,
knew it was not a good presence, which is
mm.
so weird to know. So me being the dumb kid I was, um, took out my airsoft gun. I was like, it's like he must be in that corner. This malevolent ghost that's haunting me must be in that corner. I shot the corner like 3 times with my airsoft gun. But
Temp-
here's the even weirder part of the story. Is a couple days later, I remember we were talking. We were having some sort of conversation with my dad, and the idea of um like evil spirits or something like that like just like got brought up, and he's just like, oh yeah, he's like, do you know how to get rid of like a evil presence? And I was like, no. And
Shoot it with my airsoft
no,
gun.
that was my thought. And then he told me, and like these things obviously along with religious beliefs and stuff. Um,
Uh-huh.
and so then that kind of like reaffirmed at my mind. I was like, was there like something in my room? Are ghosts
Mm.
real? Are spirits haunting me? So that was a little weird. I'm sure my dad has no recognition of this conversation. But
Yeah.
for me, like it has stuck with me this all these years. So I'm gonna throw it out to you. Have you personally had any like just strange experiences? Any have you heard of strange experiences from someone you know? Because I have more from people I know, which was actually gets even more interesting. But we can get back to that.
Um, yeah, first question on your previous
Yes,
story. Did you did you try to do the thing your dad taught you?
I did. I did, and my room was fine after that.
All right.
I'm not saying I was haunted or
It's
there was some
inconclusive if it
presence,
was the
but
airsoft gun or if it was the other
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So
exactly,
who knows?
exactly.
So I can only think I feel like there's more than this, but I might just be blurring like moments from horror media. So
Yeah,
I'm not really
sure,
sure.
sure.
The one that I know for sure did happen to me. I was on my mission. Um, I was like a little over halfway through, and one of the members that I was really good friends with, this freaking insane old lady, uh, she made me a hacky sack, um, just because she knew I liked hacky sack, and that was super nice
Okay.
of her.
Cool.
This hacky sack was just it. It was like the size of a small potato. Like, it was so big, and it was just like girthy and like, dang, that thing was heavy. So we just had it like kicking around in our apartment for a while. Um, and like, I feel like we were making jokes about it being haunted. I don't know why I think that, but I do think that. But what I do
Okay.
remember is we were preparing to leave for the day. It was sitting on the floor in the middle of my apartment. I set it on like the small like coffee table that was in there, just so it would be off the floor. And then we
Right,
left for the
right.
day. When we got back that night, I walked in and that thing was just across the room.
No.
And like I want to like emphasize like we had windows open, but that thing was girthy. It's not getting blown around like it and like nothing was missing, nobody broke in, but it was like
I mean,
across the
even
room.
smaller hacky sacks have weight to them.
Yeah, no, this thing was hefty. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I think this hacky sack is haunted." Never did anything about it, but I did not keep it. I
I was
think
gonna
I
ask,
just
do
left
you
it there.
still have it?
I think I just left it in that apartment. I was like, "No longer my problem. Bye." But yeah,
That's
that'd be like
wild.
the one experience that comes to mind. Yeah.
And so, like, well, I think what's interesting about these like these stories specifically is that like you were you were older at the time. Like this
Hmm.
wasn't like you were like super young and it was just like, oh
No,
no.
yeah.
Just, and like
I,
maybe your mom could have moved it or something. I was like, but no, like you guys, no one was there, right? Like,
yeah, I was 20 or 21. We're the only ones that lived there. No one else could go in. We're the only ones with the key. We're the only like missionaries for miles, period. So it's not like any other elders were like playing a prank on us because like we were just isolated in that area.
mm,
So yeah.
that's interesting. So I do have one. We're getting kind of long on time already, which is kind of crazy. But I do want to share one more story,
Please.
and this one comes that I heard from my mom, um, and I'm probably gonna butcher this story, so I'm sorry, mom. And
Oh
I
no.
can't remember the relationship that like the people had to my mom, but my mom I can't remember if it was like my mom's cousin that she would go play with or like I can't remember the relationships, but basically I remember my mom telling me this story about she knew someone who basically one of the people would go up into an attic and play with ghosts, and this was a normal occurrence like
Hmm.
for this household, um, which is crazy to me. And like my, like I said, I cannot remember the story very well at all. I'll have to ask her about it again. But this like this whole idea, like just thinking back on all these experiences, kind of like made me reflect. So I'm like, for the longest time, I'm like, ghosts like roaming the earth or whatever. Like I'm like I don't know. Like I always believed in like an afterlife, but or like some like an afterlife, some sort of afterlife, right?
Hmm.
But like I was never convinced entirely that like once someone died, they could like interact with the physical world still or
Yes.
like
Yeah.
actually haunt something or like throw things around or something, right? But at the same time, like it's interesting from like just like because like I said that is like that brief story from my mom, but also like that comes from my dad. Like clearly, at least to some extent, they also believe in this some sort of thing to some extent, right? which is interesting
Right.
because like for me, I was like, yeah, it's kind of expensive, and I'm like, oh no, am I wrong? Was the person in the presence in my room real the whole time? Is Sean's hacky sack haunted?
Yeah. I, th- I probably fall in a similar zone as you, where I'm just like, there's a lot of like uncertainty with it, and so yeah, I'm not like, I certainly don't believe that like most of like the ghost hunting shows
Oh yeah,
or whatever.
obviously.
I don't like that's whatever. Like or like when they have like the weird radio thing and they're like listening for voices and they hear like Kevin. And you're
Yeah,
like, they
yeah.
said Kevin. Is anyone's name Kevin? And you're like, no one's name is Kevin. Shut up. No. um, I don't believe in any of that stuff. But I I could see I feel like there's um things that aren't explained that happen.
Mm.
Um and at this point, some of those things I'm willing to be like, okay, I could see like the idea of ghosts. Especially again, I agree with you, like that our understanding of like an afterlife and like spirits and stuff like that kind of plays into that probably. But I don't know. It's a mixed bag with that one.
Yeah, I find it like just like it's so weird to be in this position because I feel like most like whether it's a religion or like, even if you're not religious, like I feel like most people are like, yeah, ghosts are real or ghosts aren't real, right? I feel like I'm
Right.
like in this middle ground where it's like, yes, but like what extent do they actually interact with us?
Right.
So
I
that's where I'm at. But at the same time, I like you hear stories all the time of even I won't share this story, but this is a story I heard from my mom, but like as well that came from her mission. Um, but like there can also be these like otherworldly experiences that are good or beneficial, not necessarily scary, right? And like you get
right.
all those stories all the time as well. And like I tend to give more credit to those type of stories, interestingly enough. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I feel like if I acknowledge one side, why wouldn't I acknowledge the other?
Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. I huh. Yeah, that's an interesting thought there, my guy. Huh.
My dude, my
My
bro.
bro, my bingus.
Wait, what?
Um Fetch. I was gonna follow up on something there. Fetch. It's gone now.
I ruined the
It's fine.
moment. I'm sorry.
You ruined the moment. The moment, Zach. The
And
moment.
that's all right. Do you have any concluding thoughts or ideas with just supernatural, paranormal, cryptids, anything like that? Anything you want to throw out there? Belief or not?
Um, Cryptid was my nickname in high school.
Well, you sure did look like one. With that, thank you all so much for watching. I'm still Zach.
I'm still Sean.
I'll see you next time.
Bye bye. We're all in
Oh,
this
together.
together. It's a
That's all I know.
song from a thing. I don't know the lyrics.
Sean, I'd like to start this episode off with thanking you for saving me an entire semester worth of work if graduating doesn't even matter. So thank you for that.
Yeah, man. I'm just here to preach the truth.
Dude, you're preaching that truth. You're jamming in the background. I'm digging the whole thing.
Yeah, man. I'm like a mysterious guitar boy in a
Are you
basement.
a guitar guru? Guitar
Nah,
guru.
I never got the degree.
Oh man. What could have been?
What could have been?
I'm sorry for your
Listen to
loss.
That would have been way cooler if I'd gotten that degree. You know what I mean?
True that, man. True that. Like, it sounded good, but everyone knows having a degree enhances the listening process. Am I right? Or am I right?
Oh.